Justin, terrific. John, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, there's absolutely no work going on in the building right now. Everybody's right back here, and rightfully so.
You know your guitars, don't you? You know Gibson 335 that I play and all that. You must know all of these guitars. You know?
I'm a guitarist.
Yeah, okay.
And was a music major in college.
Yeah. Oh, good for you.
Yours was the
Not
first.
many people who know that.
Yours was the first music that ever turned me on to orchestral music. I'm 17 years old, and I hear Tuesday Afternoon. I hear Nights in White Satin. I hear Ride My Seesaw, powerful rock and roll with an orchestra behind it. And it just, you set so many musical trends and set so many musical minds on fire. I guess we'll jump right into that with Days of Future Past, where you kind of pulled a fast one on the record company.
Well, yes, we were actually asked to, we didn't have a recording contract, and we were asked to make a demonstration record to demonstrate that stereo could be as interesting for rock and roll as it was for classical music. And so that they actually wanted a group to do a rock version of Dvorak, and so we said, yeah, okay.
Oh, yeah,
you know,
really?
we just have the time in the studio, and we'd written all of these songs, and we were doing this stage show. We'd been doing it for some months before that, and we saw our only really real opportunity to go into a recording studio and to record all of our own songs, Nights, you know, and Tuesday Afternoon, and Peak Hour, and Dawn Is a Feeling, and all of those things off the first album. And then we recorded that with the orchestra, and the orchestra leader was in on the kind of conspiracy.
Right.
We presented it to the record company, and they said, "Well, it's not. This is not Dvorak." And we said, "Well, we know, but it might be interesting, you know." And then it came out as a demonstration record, and then wallop, it went to #1 in France straight away, and they put it up to a full-price record, and off it went, like 5 million sales. It's amazing.
That's just phenomenal.
But it was taking that chance.
That's it. I mean, giving they wanted Dvorak's New World Symphony, and
yeah, but that had been done good already.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Yeah,
somebody else did that best.
But it set the stage. I mean, now you recorded your parts separately, and then the orchestrations were added.
What happened, we recorded our songs during the day, and then we'd send them over to Peter Knight, who was the orchestrator and arranger, in the evening, and then he would take our themes and then write the pieces in between us. And then when on the Saturday, he did all his in a 3-hour session on the Saturday live, and then we would play our bits, and then he'd play over the end of them, and then the beginning of the next part, you know, so it was like one long live session.
That really one of the first concept albums to come out. That, of course, it was be a couple of years later. Deep Purple did a recording with the London Philharmonic, and then Procol Harum with the Edmonton, and finally Seagull's Raw Blues Band with the Chicago Philharmonic. But you really created that whole new sound. Now, to do that sound live back in those days was so challenging, and you were the first band to ever try to use a mellotron live, and had some interesting times.
Yeah.
Well, the mellotron was a really interesting instrument. You know, it was developed in Birmingham, in England, and Mike Pinder was a keyboard player, was working up there and knew all about how it worked, and it just happened to be the exact sound for the Moody Blues. We tried everything. We tried electric pianos, organs, everything, but the makeup of our harmonies and the flute just made the mellotron absolutely perfect for the Moody Blues.
And first time you tried to play with it, it wasn't a kind instrument.
No, because it was never meant to be moved. It was meant as a sound effects instrument, as you may know, in recording studios, and it had like cats and dogs and train sounds on it. And we thought it would be better. The orchestral side of it would be better. So like I said, we tried to take it on the road, and the first gig that we did with it, all this spaghetti came out the back, you know, fell out the back. But we were the only group that really made it work, and it was a long time before synthesizers.
Absolutely.
And it gave us that trademark sound, you know, that we still use it to this day.
Oh, it creates just a lushness that no one else has.
Yeah, it's a smoothness. Yeah.
Now, the Time Traveler box set, that is just the definitive collection. There's so many things on here, not just Moody Blues tracks, but things from the Blue Jays.
That's right, we've done things, the Blue Jays, some solo things. There's Forever Autumn that I did on my own, and then, but it's You know, it was put together by a lovely guy from the record company who was a real fan himself and knows knew where to find a lot of these old tapes and the early stuff and the right versions of them, not the many times EQ'd tape. You know, we knew where to find the original masters of these, and so that's where it all came from. And
we also had great fun getting all the photographs together. You know.
Oh, I would bet.
Yeah, that's
I would bet. It is one of the nicest books put together with a box set. I mean, it is the entire history of the band. Just takes you right through into these days. Now, one of the things that sets the Moody Blues apart is the songwriting. I mean, for my money, I said to John before coming on the air, there's a song on here, actually on the live CD, on the Red Rock session, called Emily, that you wrote for your daughter. It is just so, I can't picture a parent or a grandparent not just being touched and grabbed by that.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. When you both go to write a song, what is it you're looking for to create the kind of different sound that the Moody Blues have had through the decades?
Well, I think you first have to do something that really pleases you and that moves you, and that's something that has some meaning in your own life and for you and the people around you. And then if you know that it really moves you, then it stands a chance of moving a lot of other people and becoming part of their lives too. Yeah.
Well, as I listen to this, even like one of your first singles, with that the 12-string Fly Me High.
Oh yeah, Fly Me High. You mentioned that.
Wonderful acoustic.
You see that? I don't think that's ever been released here.
No, it never has. No. There's another thing from the Keys to the Kingdom session, Highway.
Yes, that was never on the CD.
It's never released as well.
Yeah.
And another song that I think it's the Mike Pinder song, the other single.
Was it So Deep Within You?
Love and Beauty.
Oh, Love and Beauty.
Yeah, Love and Beauty. Beautiful.
Beauty, yeah.
Very Chopin-esque.
Oh yes, I know.
Very much.
Well, I don't know what that means.
71 tunes on this, things that will just make people feel so good. And you have a real special concert. Unfortunately, we're going to tell you about something that's sold out at the moment, but you're doing some real good things for some very, very needy folks right now.
Yeah, we're doing, it's called a For Hungerthon, isn't it? It's a World Hunger
World Hunger in New York at the Beacon Theatre. So
next Monday, yeah.
We're sort of on our way over there, so we're looking forward to that as well.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be excellent. Now, you'll be with us playing live tomorrow morning in the morning show.
Sounds like it.
Well,
come to our place if you want.
Well, we will
come to the hotel. Yeah.
Sure. you heard it out there. They invited me. What time? Let's see. I get up at midnight. No. Anyway, thank you both so much for coming, for sharing the music. Thank you for all the music through the years.
Great.
New album, new project coming up the line?
Yeah, working on it right now, and a lot of gigs underway. New CD-ROM, which is a game CD-ROM, which is coming next summer.
All right.
First sort of music game group thing that's been put together, and then
with some new Moody Blues songs on there, which the active parser has got to try and find, you know. So
that's, you know, we do an awful lot of computers on the air. Maybe you let us debut that. That would be fun.
Oh, sounds good to me.
Hey, Justin, thank you so very much.
Thank you very much.
John, a real pleasure. And you'll be back in the morning show as we take a look at what remains.